Yaris. This is the new, all new, they say. There's nothing used in the last one. And a bit of confession to make, I suppose. The last Yaris never really did it for me. Always a bit too much of a bubble, I think. A bit too Asian, I suppose, in a way. But I am undoubtedly a Toyota fan. Okay, in my life I've owned a Carina, a couple of Corollas, and a Venzas at one point for a short while, and even a Celica for a little while too. But at some point or other, Toyota kind of lost its mojo in a way. It got rid of all the fast cars it did, including the Celica was gone too. It got rid of all of those and started bringing out kind of small, sensible cars, hybrids and Prius and all that sort of thing came on the scene a bit more strongly. Now this year Toyota's releasing the FT86, which is supposedly very good. I've only seen a couple of reviews of it, test on a track, both of them. But in the meantime, they've released the Yaris Hybrid, which is very good, probably the best car Toyota actually make. And this Yaris has come out at basically the same time. And you can see by it that it's a bit more focused in a way, because it's lower, it's lost that kind of bubble look to the whole thing, and it's got a bit more tough look around the front of it. It's also a little bit more purposeful in here. They've done away with that LED screen thing in the middle and gone back to more traditional sort of dials in the front, and they've added a touchscreen radio, reversing camera, and a few other little features as well. Now the Toyota Yaris range starts at about 14,000 euro. That's for the Terra model, and being honest with you, there's very little in it, and it's also a 3-door, so it's quite captive audience. So I've kind of plumped for the 5-door middle of the range one, which is called a Luna. Top end one is called a Sol. So that's how you know the difference in the whole lot of them. Now the Luna model is right in the middle of the range, and it costs about a little over 16 grand, 16,200 and something euro, plus delivery related charges, metallic paint, all the usual sort of stuff. And in here I have a heater, and I have steering wheel mounted controls, I have Bluetooth, and I have that touchscreen radio with reversing camera, and it turns it into a big phone and does all that sort of stuff, and all that's mighty cool. But I suppose the problem with this market that the Yaris is actually in is that it's flooded with cars. There's plenty to choose from, and a lot of them come with a lot of kit and a lot of warranty. The Yaris has a particular kind of market, well, at least the old one did, and Toyota are looking at the moment to kind of shake up that market a little bit, because they've youthified a lot of the cars so that it feels like a younger, kind of more first-time driver, more kind of young, teenage, mid-20s kind of car. It does feel that way around. This one's powered by a 1-litre engine. It's the smallest engine you can have at Toyota, and it puts out 65 brake horsepower. Now, 65 brake horsepower is not much. It really isn't. But around town, if you're going from shop to shop, it'll be plenty. Out on the motorway, it will struggle. During acceleration, like right now, I'm accelerating up a hill, and it's getting louder, but it's not getting any faster. If you keep your speed reasonable, the Yaris is incredibly economical. I won't message you. It really, really is. You will go a long way on a very little amount of fuel. Plus, even at cruising speed, so once you actually get out on a motorway and do 120 kilometers an hour, it is fine. Getting to 120 is a whole different ballgame. The Yaris is kind of like, I suppose, the essence of a car. It's the basicness of a car. In Terra model, it is fairly basic. In Luna model, it does get a little better for kit and equipment. It's not so much what's in the car that I have a problem with, it's kind of what's missing from the car for the money. I only have front electric windows, I don't have air conditioning, none at all. I have a reversing camera, no parking sensors. it's a difficult one. Air conditioning is an option on this car, and it's standard on the Sol, but the Sol is nearly 18 grand, and that puts it perilously close to kind of big-sized hatchback. My preference for a car of this size is to have air conditioning, a decent stereo, 4 electric windows that I can turn off, crucially, that you're able to turn off at the back, because the kids can open the windows and just stick their heads out and stuff. If I strip away all of the things I'm talking about with options and all that sort of stuff, the car itself is very good. You just know by that little 1 litre fizzy little engine under the bonnet that it is going to keep going forever. It's a Toyota. You're not really going to have trouble with reliability problems. Toyotas are always reliable. Whatever you may read, whatever you may think, Toyotas are very reliable cars. They're decent, they're easy to fix, generally cheap to service as well when it comes to the kind of smaller petrol engines. The performance is not in the right home about, obviously. 65 brake horsepower will not light your fire, but it does come in a 1.33 VVTi engine, which is very good, if a little expensive. Now, storage-wise, there's tons of storage, right? I have a pocket up here, I have a pocket down there, I have pockets in the glove box which hold big bottles as well. I have cup holders down here that are removable. You get a bloody dinner plate into them instead. Lots of pockets in the centre. The boot's big, the back seat is big. The cabin is much bigger than the outgoing Yaris. Tons of leg room. One of the first small cars I've been sitting there where my knees don't touch either the door or anything in the middle. And that's all very good. But all of that comes at a sort of a premium price as well. The Yaris, the range starts at 14.5 grand, which is very cheap. But in fairness, you don't get much for your money in that one. This one, the Luna model, does add some nice little bits to it as well. But this one is 16,200 and something plus delivery, so you're going to pay closer to 17,000 for this car. And the thing is that you're getting a 1 litre engine in this, and in, say, a Kia or a Renault Clio, you're going to get a 1.2. Actually, in the Kia is 1.25.